Can you say something?
Sorry about that. Anyways, Mike seems to be having technical difficulties with his mic.
As always.
Yes?
Yeah, hold on.
I wouldn't say that out loud in public too many times.
But you do.
Hi.
You have to keep talking.
Okay, sorry. Well, apparently, as Mike asked, plans before I go. I'm planning to go along the coast, maybe do some photography. Then I'm trying to round some people up to go to the east with me, travel around there since I haven't been down that way for a while. And I definitely have to go to Ankara to visit the trolls. Since I spent 5 years there, I got quite a large friend base over there.
Trolls. What
trolls? Well, the role-playing nerds, the engineers, the Star Wars fans, the Warhammer fans, the Magic fans. Basically, my entire social network.
This is in Ankara?
This is in Ankara, yes.
Okay. So, yeah, God, this mic is going to be the death of me.
Okay, so Mike's still yanking his cord, playing with his mic. Currently distracted.
While you're on this subject, why don't you tell him about your the museum that you actually didn't know about, you thought you knew about, and I had to give you actual information about it, the Icelandic Phallological Museum.
Okay, when he means Phallological Museum, he basically means a penis museum.
I think most people would know what that means.
I didn't know what it meant.
That's why I termed that most people.
Okay, very nice. So, anyways, moving on. Apparently, this museum has such... there's
such penises, yeah, you can say it. Such penises.
Such penises as the tip of a sperm whale penis. No, the tip of a blue whale penis.
Yeah, it's a blue whale.
How large was that, by the way?
What was it? Something like 128 centimeters.
And that's just the tip.
Yeah.
And then they have like a hamster penis, so you have to see through a microscope.
No, that was a penis bone.
Oh, penis bone.
Yeah,
okay.
That's actually even more interesting.
Does a penis have a bone? I thought it was like cartilages, like just cartilage that...
Cartilages. It's a hamster one, so I don't know. You have to ask a hamster.
I have no interest in a hamster's junk. Anyways, moving on. What else did they have?
Well, they had a bull penis, which was, I guess some people use them as a whip for cows.
Ah, made in the cattle whip.
Yeah, a bull penis made into a cattle whip.
And apparently that sparked the owner's interest in penises, and that's why he founded the museum.
Yeah, and they've been trying like anything to get a human penis.
Really? A human penis?
Yeah, they had an American, but they had to wait for him to die. They did manage to get an Icelandic, an old gigolo's penis.
Mike, would you ever try to auction your penis off to the museum, as little as it may go for?
No, I mean, compared to some in the room, I use mine. I have need of mine. I may have kids one day.
Very funny. I have need of mine, but I would never consider giving it to the museum.
Yeah, okay.
Do you know why?
No, we talked about it off air. It was stupid.
Oh, come on.
It was stupid.
I mean... Honestly, it may be a large attribute, but I don't want to be, like, sexified as this is my only talent and my only trait worth mentioning.
But it's the only trait you ever actually mention.
No, I have other traits I mention.
Such as?
My charming personality, charisma, and silky smooth voice.
I think listeners, you know the value of those claims. All right, so we want to get to speaking, we want to kind of move on. And your need to talk about your dick constantly brings us to our last subject, our last topic for the evening, how you attract attention online on your various social media sites, as you term them.
Well,
how do you get these likes? Because you can't sit with Andrew for more than 10 minutes without him spending all of his time, all of those 10 minutes, on his smartphone, checking Tinder, checking Facebook, trying to see, just doing anything he can for likes.
I deny it, and I regret nothing.
So what are your strategies? What are your techniques for getting likes from people you don't really know?
Okay, creativity. Creativity is important.
So, all right, what?
For example,
what creative
photography, maybe different texts. For example, being a native, I could write something in Turkish and people go, "Ooh, he knows Turkish." Or cats. Cats always work. Just put a kitty photo up and you get tons of likes. Also, if you want to annoy people, you put a mispronounced or misspelt word.
You put a mispronounced word? I mean, you said or. So
misusage. word misusage,
Okay.
grammatical errors.
Yeah, you get a lot of feedback on those?
Yeah, grammar Nazis. I hate them. They're everywhere.
But this is your strategy, is to get their attention.
Well, sometimes, yes. It depends what I'm going for. Or in Turkey, you just put anything in English and people like it and go, "Oh, can you teach me English?"
You get that, huh?
I get that a lot.
Really?
Yes.
Now, the thing is, you go out seeking this attention. You go out seeking feedback. You send messages to people you don't really know. And by don't really, I mean you have never met or talked to before.
But everything has its beginnings. Its humble beginnings, if you may.
Yeah. Now, how does this play off, though? I mean, how do you benefit from this? Because you put a fair bit of effort and attention into this.
What do you mean?
You spend all of your waking life, all of your waking hours trying to get likes on Facebook.
Not necessarily. I mean, I don't live off it, but I mean, I want to give the impression that life is going really good. If I do something creative, of course, I want attention for it. Be like, hey, good for you. You did something good. I mean, it's ego boosting. And you can create a social network. You can find like-minded people who share your interests, and you can network off that.
You mean attention-seeking interest?
No, I mean, for example, if you put something musical, you find people who like that kind of music. If you put something photography...
But you don't know anything about music.
I don't try to. I do art. I do photography. I do this and that.
You said you do cat photos, or pictures of cats.
Occasionally.
Are those yours?
My roommate's cats. It lives in the house.
So you take photos of your roommate's cat and put them on your Facebook to get attention?
Once in a while, maybe.
Yeah, all right.
It's an ugly cat, though. It's so ugly, it's cute. It's got a face only a mother can love. I've actually grown rather fond of it.
It's a Persian, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what are you going to do when you get to Canada?
I have no idea.
I mean, this is like a whole new world, a brave new world.
I'm actually quite concerned.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I mean, I'm going to be sitting there going, ooh, it's cold. I'm going to be like smelling moose shit in the woods, being like, was that a polar bear? I mean, I have no idea what's out there.
Wait, you're going to be smelling moose shit in the woods. I don't know why you'd be in the woods. You're going to smell moose shit and ask yourself, was that a polar bear?
No, you got the moose shit, you got the polar bears, you got the wolves, you got like cold. And you, for example, one of the reasons I'm going back is to get my driver's license. I don't have a driver's license now.
How scary is that?
It's very scary. But the thing is, everything is like 10 kilometers apart from each other, so that means I'm going to be doing a lot of walking time or like bicycle time to get anywhere.
Or moose riding, obviously.
Moose riding, maybe.
But how are you going to get attention on Facebook in Canada? What you got any strategies set up? I mean, pictures of cats might still work, but writing in Turkish, probably not.
Well, it depends who I'm trying to get attention from, where my audience base is. Yeah. Because I got no audience base in Canada. I got a couple friends in Canada, but we're not as close as we were before. It's one of those situations.
Are they in the area that you're moving to?
No, they're across the country. 7 days by car.
7 days by car.
7 days by car, 8 hours a day.
So it's like if you had a job driving a car, it would take you a week to get there.
Yes.
I mean, because obviously, if you don't have a job, why would you stop after 8 hours?
Well, no, I mean, that's the legal limit, but you can go for 10 or 12.
What do you mean, the legal limit?
For example, any kind of transport company cannot drive more than like 8 hours a day.
Again, so as I said, if you're working.
Okay, yes, if you're working.
If your job is to drive a car.
I think you can do it in about 4 days. More than 8 hours.
Yeah, you can. I think it's based off of the number of hours in that week.
But either way, it does take quite a few days. Couple days. More than 2. Even if you go like full blast, non-stop.
It's a big country.
Yes, it is.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
It's a brave new world out there.
Is that a yes or a no?
That's a no.
Yeah.
I mean, I've lived here the past 7 out of 8 years. When I went back before, I couldn't really adapt. So I'm just hoping maybe I could adapt a little more.
Are you going to still be culture clashing over there?
Yes, we do plan to continue this escapade with podcasts.
Well, yeah, I don't always mean with the podcast. I mean, the podcast is kind of a representation of the life here, the life of clashing with the other cultures. And so I'm asking you, when you go to Canada, are you expecting to be clashing with the local culture?
Probably yes.
Now, what is it like there? Where you're going? What are the people like? Where in Fort Saskatchewan? I know a woman from Saskatchewan, and she's just lovely. I can't imagine that you'll have any problems when you get there.
Well, no, I mean, it depends because it depends if the people traveled, because when I went before into Edmonton, half the people I met have never left the country. They could not understand why I would leave the country or why for so long, and they had no general interest besides like the local bar life and work.
And you don't think you can fit in with that?
No, not really. I mean, I can't even fit into the bar scene here. I don't like the bar. But no, I mean, for example, it's a tight-knit community. So a lot of people are with the same group they've been with for 10, 14, 15 years. It has not changed. It's very hard to break into a group like that.
Yeah.
So you can work with someone for a year, but they'd never invite you out for a drink. You'd always be a coworker. There's always that distance. So it's very hard to actually meet people and become friends with anyone.
I think another transition for you is going from the big city back to a really small hamlet, really.
Yeah, no, I don't know what I'm going to do. I haven't really considered it because it took me 2 years to adapt to Istanbul. I remember when I came here, I'm looking around like, oh my God, how am I going to survive? What is this? Every once in a while I go back to Ankara and I'm like, oh, it's too quiet.
Yeah,
There's nothing to do.
I think you're going to have to maybe move to Toronto or another big city or Vancouver or something. If you plan to stay, you've got to be in a bigger place.
Well, actually, if I do stay for a bit, I'm trying to get onto the work camps to get.
Are these like the chain gangs, the criminal work camps?
Well, no. A work camp is a basic campsite off in the middle of nowhere where they drill for oil or do construction. It's generally 10 on, 7 off, 24 on, 7 off. So basically you go there, you work 10 days straight, you get a week off. It pays very well, but that's because there's nothing in the area. There's no villages, there's no towns, there's no cities.
It's just, it's pure work is what it is.
It's pure work. You're in the middle of the mountains or the middle of a forest or the middle of the tundra and you're like, okay, let's get to work.
Have you ever done anything like that before? Have you ever done serious physical labor before?
Little bit, not to that extent though.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's pretty extreme.
No, I mean, like, for example, I did cadets, if you know what that is. I was part of the...
Yes, you told me about your high school ROTC. Is that what you're going to equate with hard physical labor?
Well, no, I was in the physical fitness program, so we're doing, like, physical fitness throughout the entire summer in Vernon, where it was, like, 30 degrees hot.
30 degrees, huh?
I mean, you were, like, sweating, but... no, I've done short spurts of construction, like help put a roof on a house kind of thing, but nothing solid, 2 weeks solid kind of thing. I'm not afraid of manual labor. I've done it, but nothing to that extent.
So it sounds like you should be a little bit afraid of that level of manual labor.
No, I'm just hoping I can put on some weight and bulk up and come back and be like, look how sexy I've gotten. Look at my body. I've upgraded, ladies.
You mean come back to Turkey?
Well, maybe. I mean, either way, I want to upgrade from this to wow.
Well, that's funny because you were telling me, you actually told me several times in the last couple of weeks, I don't know why, a lot of it was unsolicited, but you like to tell me that most women find you very attractive. And those are your words. Those are your exact words.
Yes. What can I say? If you got it, you got it, but I'd like to raise the bar a little. I mean...
So what are women going to do? I mean, if you're already very attractive to almost all women...
a vast majority find me cute.
Well, I think you're selling yourself a little short now on radio. You're a little nervous.
No.
You're trying to be humble is what you're trying to be.
Yes, exactly, humble. I mean...
A little bit sexier even.
First glance, they really find me attractive. First glance.
Yeah. What happens after they talk to you? For, just a little bit of time.
I don't know what I do, but it's like instant repellent. Yeah.
We should bottle it.
Huh?
We should bottle it.
Exactly.
Someone might need it. We want to finish up our show with an appropriate song, and we've actually had a pretty good run of appropriate songs. I want to apologize for the microphone, because this is annoying me. It's got to be annoying to Sasha. Probably
And
nobody else. I don't know that anyone
our
else
other
is still
listeners.
listening. We don't have any.
Well, no one wants to sit here and wait for you to fiddle with your mic, Mike.
Yeah, that's like that's like the fifth or sixth dick joke you made with mics. I mean, I like to think that you have something else you can go with, but I know better.
Yeah.
So let's end the show with
Well,
a
I mean,
song.
it's easy.
And you always do go for the lowest hanging fruit. That
Not
should be your nickname.
necessarily.
Andrew, lowest hanging fruit.
No, I mean,
SD.
if you got low-hanging fruit, you can use that to entertain yourself for a while as you try to contemplate how to get the high-hanging fruit.
So, yeah. apt.
Shiny distraction while you work for greater, loftier goals.
So you tend to find distraction to be helpful when you are aspiring to loftier goals? And
Yes, it helps. It keeps the morale up. It keeps the strength up.
It's a good point.